What's going on in the world? Welcome back to the TYSK Report. I got a nice lineup of articles ready for you on the docket, so let's talk about them. In the first article, Meta has opened up a pop-up retail store for the Ray-Ban Meta glasses. Meta announced it opened up Meta Lab, a pop-up experimental retail space for its Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses that started on November 8th in Los Angeles. The temporary store will be around through the end of the year and allow customers to try out the glasses and customize their glasses cases as they shop. Meta Lab will also have local events with various creators, including stand-up comedians, live podcasts, and cooking classes. This particular retail store is an extension of the Meta Lab experience earlier this year at Connect 2024. It appears the LA pop-up won't be exactly the same thing, as it's themed to tie in with LA and Southern California lowrider culture. It'll also include an immersion experience room that allows people to view an AI-generated Malibu beach. Pop-ups and retail stores have gone hand in hand with smart glasses in the past. Snap Spectacles famously garnered buzz with vending machines that sold the glasses in random locations around the country. Focals by North also had mobile pop-ups in a Brooklyn retail store so people could try the device and get fitted. So I believe this is a great idea that Meta is doing. They are capitalizing on the great success that they've had with their Ray-Ban glasses, and a pop-up store is wonderful because people will be able to walk in, have that experience where they're able to try them on, see all the different things that's going on. So if there's a live podcast in there or someone is doing some type of cooking class, that's going to get them more excited or entice them more to want to purchase these Ray-Ban glasses. Also, with Meta doing this, is going to expand the usage of the Ray-Ban glasses, which is going to give Meta more opportunity to make them even better, because if they get more people to utilize the Ray-Ban glasses, they'll be able to gain more feedback, which can be utilized and implemented to make their Meta Orion augmented reality glasses a lot better when it comes. But that's some news related to Meta and the Ray-Ban glasses. I'll make sure to keep you updated if any other stories arise. Let's move on to the next article. Gorilla Glass maker Corning to receive up to $32 million under CHIPS Act. Corning, the maker of Gorilla Glass, is set to receive up to $32 million in funding under the CHIPS and Science Act. In an announcement on Friday, the U.S. Commerce Department said the proposed funding will help Corning increase production of its glass products used in the chips making process. The announcement comes just days after the European Commission opened an antitrust investigation into Corning over whether it uses exclusive supply agreements to stifle competition. Both Samsung and Apple use Corning's ultra-tough alkali aluminosilicate glass, or Gorilla Glass, on their phones, tablets, and smartwatches. However, the proposed CHIPS Act funding doesn't have anything to do with Gorilla Glass. Corning will put the funding towards the production of its high-purity fused silica and extreme ultra-low expansion glass. As noted in the press release, both types of glass are used in the lithography machines and photomasks used to image a chip's pattern on a silicone wafer. It will also allow Corning to scale a novel manufacturing process in its Canton, New York plant, which is expected to create 130 new manufacturing jobs and more than 175 construction jobs. The Biden administration is scrambling to issue final grants as its time in office runs out. The future of the CHIPS Act under President-elect Donald Trump remains unclear. So from my perspective, I do believe that when Trump comes into office, he's not going to remove the CHIPS Act. I believe that he will try to add more money into it because he's going to push that money out to homegrown U.S. businesses, and some of those grants have been giving out to some businesses here in the U.S., such as Hemlock out there in Michigan. But when it comes to Corning, we shall see what happens with them. Even though they received their grant here from the US, they are going through some hoops and hurdles with the European Commission. So we shall see what happens next with this company. And I'll make sure to keep you updated in the next article. The Beatles AI-assisted track Now and Then is nominated for 2 Grammy Awards. The Beatles song Now and Then, refined with the use of AI and released last year, is up for Record of the Year and Best Rock Performance. Though the band has been broken up for over 50 years, Paul McCartney decided to use AI last year to create the last Beatles record. McCartney isn't using the technology to resurrect his late bandmates John Lennon and George Harrison with deepfakes. Instead, McCartney took one of Lennon's demos from 1978 and used AI to clean up the recording poor sound quality. This AI-based audio editing is similar to how video chat platforms like FaceTime, Google Meet, or Zoom might filter out background noise from a call. Machine learning models can be trained on something specific, whether that's a human voice on a video call or a specific kind of guitar studio, and learn to isolate those sounds from the rest of the recording. So that was a great use of technology that was used by Paul McCartney. We could definitely see more musicians utilizing AI to make their tracks better and not just try to change them or have an AI create a track for them. They may enhance the sound or the way they put this beat and that beat together or something like that. This is also some encouragement for you musicians out there, because you could utilize AI for your tracks and the music that you're creating, and who knows, one day you could find yourself being nominated for a Grammy. Let's move on to the next article. Archer Aviation gets another big order for its futuristic air taxis. Archer Aviation, a leading electric flight company based in San Jose, California, is bringing its futuristic air taxis to Japan. The company will sell 100 of its Midnight battery-powered aircraft to Soraco, a joint venture between Japan Airlines and Sumitomo Corporation, in a deal valued approximately at $500 million. Archer says the Soraco plans on deploying its aircraft, which look like a cross between a drone and a helicopter, in cities where existing ground transportation is constrained by traffic or geographic barriers. Midnight is a 4-seat aircraft plus one pilot with a range of up to 100 miles, though it's designed for back-to-back flights of 20 to 50 miles with minimal charge time in between. It can travel at speeds of up to 150 miles per hour on pure battery power, and using tilt rotors, Midnight is designed to take off and land vertically like a helicopter and then transition into forward flight like a plane. Air taxis, sometimes misidentified by the mainstream media as flying cars, are just essentially helicopters without the noisy, polluting gas motors, though they certainly have their own unique noise profile. So that's just some of the latest news when it comes to air taxis. I have been talking about them a lot because they were approved to start flight testing here in the US, and they're doing it a lot in other parts of the world. So this is definitely something that is on the rise. Let's move on to the next article. Anthropic teams up with Palantir and AWS to sell AI to defense customers. Anthropic is teaming up with data analytics firm Palantir and Amazon Web Services to provide U.S. intelligence and defense agencies access to Anthropic's Claude family of AI models. The news comes as a growing number of AI vendors look to ink deals with U.S. defense customers for strategic and fiscal reasons. Anthropic's head of sales, Kate Jensen, said the company's collaboration with Palantir and AWS will operationalize the use of Claude within Palantir's platform by leveraging AWS hosting. Claude became available on Palantir's platform earlier this month and can now be used in Palantir's defense accredited environment, Palantir Impact Level 6, IL6. The Defense Department's IL6 is reserved for systems containing data that's deemed critical to national security and requiring maximum protection against unauthorized access and tampering. Information in IL6 systems can be up to secret level, which is one step below top secret. So it looks like Anthropic is moving along when it comes to making those connections and having their AI models used. And even though Meta and OpenAI are trying to get more government agencies to use their AI models, it's starting to look like Anthropic has been the chosen one. Also, with Anthropic's connection to Amazon, they can find themselves partnering not only with the industry of the government, but also in other sectors. So that's just some of the latest news when it comes to Anthropic, and I'll make sure to keep you updated. Let's move on to the next article. TSMC will reportedly stop making advanced AI chips for Chinese companies. Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company has suspended the production of advanced AI chips for Chinese companies, according to Financial Times. The Taiwanese semiconductor chip manufacturer has reportedly notified its clients from China that it will stop producing AI chips for them, particularly models 7 nanometers or small, which was started on Monday. If a Chinese company orders products that fall within the category, they'll have to go through an approval process that'll likely involve the U.S. government. The manufacturer's new policy could be a direct result of its discovery that Huawei had used its chips in AI accelerators without its knowledge. A Canadian research firm called Tech Insights was the one that notified the company that it discovered the presence of TSMC manufactured products in Huawei's hardware. It was a violation of the trade sanctions the U.S. Commerce Department had imposed against Huawei way back in 2020 that prevented it from acquiring chips made by foreign firms. According to the Times sources, TSMC made the decision to suspend the production of AI chips for Chinese clients altogether because it wants to show the U.S. government that it's not acting against U.S. interests. So for some reason, I do believe that Huawei did this because they wanted to get more information about the intricate workings of the TSMC chips, and the reason why is because they're building out their own. So in the future, we could start to see Huawei begin to market their chips out there in China, and who knows, they could find themselves get up to speed with TSMC, and TSMC could find themselves in a battle with Huawei when it comes to which chip is going to be superior. So I'll make sure to keep you updated with any information related to TSMC or even Huawei and their chips. Let's move on to the next article. Flying vehicle by Airbus has first liftoff. The Airbus FTOL vehicle has made its first liftoff. Airbus introduces its prototype FTOL earlier this year, months in advance of planned test flights. The 4-seat City Airbus next-gen vehicle has 8 propellers and a wingspan of 39 feet. I'm happy to share that the City Airbus next-gen flight test campaign in Dortmund, Germany has started with a first liftoff, said Bruno Even, CEO of Airbus Helicopters, in a posting on X. The fixed-wing electric aerial vehicle has 50-mile range and cruise speed of 75 miles per hour. The EAV is designed for locations in urban and suburban environments. And then here's the video right here, so let's check it out for fair use purposes. I'm going to put some background music on it as we watch it. So that's just some of the latest news when it comes to the world of technology. Comment down below what your favorite article was for today. And in order to stay updated on the things you should know happening in the world of technology, like the video, subscribe, and then check out these two videos right here so you can continue to stay informed.